Well, we're here. We're at the old farm. This is some of the top ground up here. You see that tree line? There's a cliff over there. It goes down about 60 feet. Turn the radio off. There's a cliff over there. It goes down about 60 feet. It's a sheer cliff. Hey, the farmer's got his equipment out here. This should be a good time for everybody.
Hear that? That's the sound of money. You wanna know what the sound of money is? That's it. Ching, 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 ching. Ching, 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 ching.
There's a farmer going by. It's a Massey Ferguson. And that's I think it's a DMI soil finisher. He's doing his edges. I want to show you this. I got 160 acres here, about 60 acres in woods. There's creeks running through it. I want to show you this. That's some clean water. Comes right out of the ground in a few spots back here. Just beautiful. I mean, look at this. What I look for in farm ground, and I know people think I'm crazy, I look for recreational and income. Now this farm has 100 acres. It can produce $20,000 a year just in cash rent. Then you have 60 acres of this. You can rent out for people to go hunting. You can have people four-wheel on it. You can use it for your own personal private property, like for your own four-wheeling, for your own hunting and what. So it's just a lot of fun. And out here we find arrowheads all the time. I mean, it's not uncommon to dig a fence post and find an arrowhead or a spear. So it's just a beautiful property. This is just one part of it. Some of this property I've never even walked across yet. And that's kind of cool to think about. So I love coming out here, especially like with all this stuff going on. If you had a house out here, you wouldn't even know what's going on in the big cities. And that's what people in the big cities, you know, they get so on top of each other they don't realize, you know, this is how the rest of us are out in the country. You know, it may seem like we're in the middle of nowhere and everything, but it's peace and quiet, nobody bothers you. Now, I know a lot of people are like, man, you're just tearing all those trees up and stuff. Well, there's an invasive bush in here called a honey, I want to say it's called a honey locust or something like that. And I'm going to get you a picture of it here. And it's real, it's not from the United States. And they brought it over here like everything else for some commercial reason, and it got out of control. And this is it right here. You see that little bush-like thing? And it looks pretty and everything. But what it does is it has little red berries, and birds eat them and then they poop everywhere, and it spreads. And it's all in here. And what happens is it gets so invasive, animals and trees and plants can't grow. So it actually is bad on the ecosystem. And when they're logging these kind of properties, taking out the mature trees to let the younger ones grow up, they'll come in and whack a lot of this out. And you can see it. It's all in here. Now I'm not going to take it all out because I don't have the time, but slowly we peel it out. You got to pull it out by the roots and just try to keep ahead of it, because like this path that I just got done working on, this is wide open before. That's how much overgrown it's got just in a 2-year period of us not using it. So I know it seems like I'm being cruel, but I'm not. I'm leaving all the really good trees, even the young ones, I'm leaving those. I know what I'm doing, I'm not an idiot. So I'm sure I'll get a comment about the ecosystem and everything else, and I'm actually doing it a favor by getting that junk. I mean, that's one right there. Getting that out of here. And then you say, well, why do you leave the piles of brush? Well, that's a habitat for pheasant and for rabbits. So we'd actually just pile it up and leave it. That's actually good for the woods and let it biodegrade. So no sense in burning something that could be used. Just got done making the trail all the way to the property. Property line's over there. And I went all the way that way. Now this is what I wanted to show you. See how high up we are? All that down there is bottom ground, what we call it. It goes along a river. It's all farm ground down there. I own all the way to the tree ridge over there, way over there. I got a piece on the other side of the river too. And it goes on down that way a ways until we run into the other end of the river. The river actually just borders this property on 2 sides. You can kind of see over here how high we up. We were just down there in the other part of the video doing a trail, but way over there. I can't even get back into here because of how it's set up. Now there's another ridge over there, and then there's another gully, and then there's more farm ground over about way over. So we got that ridge, and there's another ridge, and then that ridge as it goes up, there's farm ground on the other side of that I got. So there's like 2 valleys in here, and one's got water coming out of it, and then this one's dry. But the other one's where I showed you that water. But at the beginning, we just make a nice trail. We don't get carried away. You know, that's actually invasive weed too. So I didn't take out any trees. I just go between the trees and make a nice little trail. The grass and perennials, the roots are still here, so they'll come up this spring. And we'll be able to hunt up here. Be able to 4-wheel around the property. So I can't go down this hill because, well, I'd roll the skid steer over my end over end if I decided to go down there. But it's a beautiful property. I love it. So you can see the river way out there. I'll take you over there in a little bit.